Hello everyone, Namaste. Welcome back to my channel AcademicTuber. Today we are going to discuss chapter 12 from grade 9 science, that is the universe. Before that, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe this channel and for more updates hit the bell icon. If you want more videos related to this, please like and do share these videos among your friends, and also don't forget to give your valuable response in comment section. Universe. The word universe was derived from the Latin word universum, which means that everything combined into one. The universe is extremely large and includes everything. Universe may be defined as a vast space which contains everything that exists. It is the totality of everything that exists, including all physical matters and energy, the planet, star, galaxy, and the content of intergalactic space. Astronomy. There is a separate science to study the universe. The branch of science that deals with the universe is called astronomy. All the members of the solar family, stars, dust particles in the space, etc., are the components of the universe. The massive bodies present in the universe are commonly known as heavenly bodies. The distance between the heavenly bodies in the space is so large that it is impractical to express them in the units of meter, kilometer, etc. The distance between most of the heavenly body in the universe is extremely large. Therefore, kilometer, which is the common unit of length, seems to be extremely small and inconvenient to measure the distance between far apart heavenly bodies. The distance between heavenly bodies is expressed in the following units. First one, astronomical unit, second is light year, and third is parsec. Astronomical unit. The distance between Sun and Earth is called astronomical unit. Its value is equal to 15 crore kilometer or 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 meter. Light year. The distance traveled by light in 1 year through a vacuum is called light year. 1 light year equals to 1 year into velocity of light, which is equals to 365 days into 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So we know that in one ordinary year, so there is 365 days, and the velocity of light in vacuum is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. And we know that in one day there is 24 hours, in 1 hour there is 60 minutes, and in 1 minute there is 60 seconds. So we got the value of 1 light year as 9.46 into 10 to the power 12 kilometer or 9.46 into 10 to the power 15 meter. Parsec. It is the unit to express distance between extremely far apart heavenly bodies. The distance with the value of 3.26 light year is called 1 parsec. The term parsec is derived from the two words parallax and second. 1 parallax corresponds to the distance at which the mean radius of the Earth orbits subtends an angle of 1 second of arc. The distance, which is equal to 3.26 light year, is called parsec. 1 parsec equals to 3.26 light year, which is equal to 2.05 into 10 to the power 5 astronomical unit. Sun. So we know that Sun, it is the nearest star from the planet Earth, and Proxima Centauri is the second nearest star from our solar system, which is 4.3 light year away. Sirius is another star which is 8.6 light year away from the Earth, and Sirius is the brightest star in the universe. And Vega, which is another star which is about 25.5 light year away from Earth. Solar system. The family of Sun, including 8 planets, their satellites, asteroids, comets, meteors, etc., revolving around the Sun, is called solar system. Cosmic year. We know that satellites they revolve around the planet, and similarly planet they revolve around the sun. And our sun it revolves around the center of galaxy, that is galactic center, and the time taken by the sun to revolve around the galactic center is called 1 cosmic year. So sun it takes 2.5 into 10 to the power 8 years to revolve around the galactic center. Nebula. The stars are believed to be formed from nebula. The nebula is a large cloud of hydrogen gas, dust, and the other interstellar materials. The giant cloud of dust and gases in the interstellar space, that is, the space between stars, is called nebula. Nebula come from the gas and dust thrown out by the explosion of a supernova dying star. So here is one question related with the heading nebula. Why nebulae are called star nurseries? Nebulae are called star nurseries because a nebula is the region where new stars are born. The closest nebula to the Earth is Helix Nebula. Other examples of nebula are Eagle Nebula, Orion Nebula, etc. Black hole. It is a very massive dark matter region that has extreme gravity. A black hole is a great amount of matter packed into a very small area. There are 4 types of black hole in universe. First one, miniature, the smallest one, which is equal to the 3 solar mass, that is mass of sun. Exterior black hole. Its mass is up to 20 solar mass. Third one is intermediate black hole. It is bigger than 20 solar mass and is smaller than 1 million solar mass. And last one is supermassive black hole, which is more than the mass of 1 million solar mass. Stars. The stars are the burning and the twinkling sphere of gases in the space. The stars have their own source of heat and light energy and revolve around the galactic center of their respective galaxy. Star comes in a variety of masses, and the mass determines how radiantly the star will shine and how it dies. The stars are mostly composed of hydrogen and helium gases. The other elements present in them include carbon, nitrogen, neon, silicon, iron, etc. The stars are enormously large, but they appear just a light spot because they are billions of kilometers far from the Earth. Massive stars transform into supernova, neutron stars, and black holes, whereas the average stars like the Sun end life as a white dwarf surrounded by a disappearing planetary nebula. Our Sun is a medium-sized star. The star produces heat and light because of the thermonuclear fusion reaction in which hydrogen gas is converted into helium under high temperature and pressure. All stars, irrespective of their size, follow the same 7 S cycle. They start as a gas cloud and end as a star remnant. The stars are non-living things, however, they get birth, grow young, turn adult, and finally dies. The star comes to the end of their age after hydrogen present in them is almost completely consumed. The color of the star changes in the order of BIBGYOR, that is, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. A violet star has the largest temperature. The temperature of blue star is more than that of yellow star. The temperature of blue star is about 24,000 degrees Celsius. Our Sun is a faint yellow star. The surface temperature of Sun is about 6,000 degrees Celsius. Now we are going to discuss the life cycle of a star. The stars are formed due to the accumulation of hydrogen gas, helium gas, and dust particles. The star gets formed, grow young, turn adult, and dies. The different stages of a star is shown in the diagram as well. Exterior nebula it changes into average mass star or a massive star. Average mass star later changes into red giant, and red giant changes into planetary nebula and finally to white dwarf. Whereas the massive star it turns to red supergiant, and red supergiant into supernova, and supernova either into neutron star or a black hole. Protostar. Protostar is a very young star that is still gathering mass from its parent molecular cloud. The stars are believed to be formed from nebulae. The nebula is a large cloud of hydrogen gas, dust, and other interstellar materials. The nebula gradually enlarges its size by attracting interstellar materials due to its force of gravity, and this makes nebula gain enough mass to produce a huge magnitude of gravity which causes the collapsing of cloud on it. This results in the increase in temperature and pressure of the nebulae, thus a dense hot core of gas and dust is formed which is called protostar. Formation of protostar. A protostar is formed as gravity begins to pull the gases together into a ball. This process is known as assertion. As the gravity pulls the gases closer to the center of the ball, gravitational energy begins to heat them, causing the gases to emit radiation. A protostar is the initial stage of the star and it does not emit light. The nebula develops into a protostar in about 10 to the power 5 years. Star. A star is any massive self-luminous celestial body of gas that shines by radiation derived from its internal energy sources. The slow and continuous contraction of the protostar leads to the increase in the temperature of the core, and the temperature is enough to start nuclear fusion reaction. Thus, a burning ball of extremely compressed gases and the dust is formed which is known as star. Formation of star. If the protostar can reach a temperature of 10 million degree Kelvin, the hydrogen fusion process will start and it will become an actual star. A protostar takes about 10 to the power 5 years to turn into a star. Red giant. The red-colored star formed by the contraction of the core and expansion of the outer shell is called a red giant. The star produces heat and light energy due to the continuous conversion of hydrogen into helium. The hydrogen gets converted into helium from center outward. When all the hydrogen in the central core of the star is converted into helium, the fusion reaction stops. Thus, the outward pressure of the core decreases and it starts to contract due to gravity alone. But the hydrogen left in outer surface may continue to produce energy, and the energy thus liberated in the outer core supports the contraction of the core and the expansion of the outer shell, and this leads to the sharp decrease in temperature but increase in the size of star. Then the color of star becomes red. Formation of red giant. A red giant forms after a star has run out of hydrogen fuel for nuclear fusion and has begun the process of dying. So it is also known as a dying star. A star maintains its stability through a fine balance between its own gravity which holds it together and the outward pressure from ongoing thermonuclear fusion process taking place at its core. If the star is enormously massive, it becomes red supergiant. Our sun will become a red giant after 5 billion years. White dwarf. The white hot mass formed as a result of change in the red giant is called white dwarf. After the red giant stage, the further change in the star depends upon its mass. If the initial mass of a star is comparable to that of Sun, the gravity of the core cannot hold the outer gaseous part. Therefore, the outer part escapes far away from the red giant and the core further contracts and turns into a white hot ball. Formation of white dwarf. After red giant, the core further contracts and turns into a white hot ball which is called white dwarf. Supernova. The explosion of a massive star after its red supergiant stage is called supernova. If the initial mass of the star is 3 or more times that of the mass of Sun, it turns into a red supergiant. As the red supergiant has more mass, the gravity of its core is able to attract its outer shell towards itself. As a result, temperature increases and further nuclear fusion occurs. In such reaction, nuclei of helium fuse to form the nuclei of carbon, and the subsequent fusion reaction produces oxygen, neon, silicon, and finally iron. This fusion reaction produces enormous amount of energy, and this energy pushes the matter outwards, and finally the whole star except the iron core explodes into pieces. The explosion of massive star after its red supergiant stage is called supernova. However, the explosion of the star like the Sun or the smaller star is called nova. Formation of supernova. When the pressure drops low enough in a massive star, gravity suddenly takes over and the star collapses in just seconds. This collapse produces the explosion we call a supernova. Supernova are so powerful they create a new atomic nuclei. Neutron star. If the remnant of supernova is more than 1.4 times but less than 3 times of the mass of Sun, it collapses itself, whereby all the particles changes into neutron only. The star which is composed of neutron only is known as neutron star. The neutron star is about 20 to 30 km in diameter, and the neutron star is so densely contracted that 1 teaspoonful of a neutron star would weigh a billion tons on the Earth. Formation of a neutron star. Neutron stars are formed when a massive star runs out of fuel and collapses. The very central region of the star, the core, collapses, crossing together every proton and electron into a neutron. Black hole. It is an extremely condensed remnant of a star whose gravitational pull is so enormous that even light cannot escape from it. If the remnant of supernova explosion is more than 3 times the mass of the Sun, the star collapses and forms black hole. It results due to the continuous collapsing of the stellar mass to form a compact ball about 3 km in diameter. Formation of black hole. Black holes are formed when the giant star exploded at the end of their life cycle. This explosion is called supernova. If the star has enough mass, it will collapse itself down to a very small size. Due to its small size and enormous gravity, the gravity will be so strong it will absorb light and becomes a black hole. We have to know that our Sun cannot turn into black hole because it does not have sufficient mass. The mass of a star must be at least 3 times the mass of the Sun to turn into a black hole after supernova. Evidences of black hole. Black holes are not visible in the sky, but the following evidences support the existence of black hole. The binary stars are seen revolving around each other. They must have revolved around a common black hole in the space. Stars are found revolving around an invisible object. This invisible object must be black hole in the space. The gases and the dust particles from the nearby stars are being engulfed by an invisible object. The invisible object must be a black hole. Pulsar. A rapidly spinning neutron star surrounded by extremely powerful magnetosphere that beams out radiation from its magnetic poles is called pulsar. Some of the facts about the universe. The ongoing expansion of universe supposes that the universe must have been originated from the explosion of highly compact massive body that is after the Big Bang. The universe is composed of matter and energy. No mass is in stationary position in the universe. They are in motion relative to one or the other body present in universe. The center of galaxy is called galactic center. Our solar system lies in Milky Way galaxy, which was originated about 4.6 billion years ago. Andromeda galaxy is the nearest galaxy from Milky Way galaxy, which is about 2.5 light years away from the Earth. Zircon crystal is the oldest material found in the Earth, which is about 4.5 billion years. The planets have comparable size and shape and lying in the habitable zone from the stars similar to Earth having discovered in other galaxies also. The branch of science that deals with origin and evolution of universe is called cosmology. Geocentric theory states that Earth is at the center of the universe and Sun along with other heavenly bodies revolve around the Earth. Heliocentric theory states that Sun remains at the center and the Earth along with other heavenly bodies revolve around the Earth. According to the criteria adopted by the International Conference of Scientists regarding the definition of a planet in 2006, Pluto was removed from the list of planets. According to modern scientific theories, the current expansion of the universe is of one day and there will be the initiation of contraction. The gradual and continuous contraction of the universe will lead to the generation of all the material at a single point. The excessive pressure generated due to uncontrolled contraction will lead to the big crunch. The big crunch will be followed by another Big Bang. Philosophy of different religious groups regarding the universe. Philosophy is the result of scientific thinking and is also the theory of reality. Vedic philosophy is also known as Hindu philosophy, Arya philosophy, or Sanatan philosophy. Vedas are the basis for the origin of Eastern philosophy. There are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Samveda, Yajur Veda, and Atharva Veda. Principle of conservation of energy. It is said that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form to another. Whatever we see, experience, talk about present were existent since the origin of the universe and nothing new has been created or destroyed. Hence, the total mass and energy of the universe remain conserved. National and international scientific organizations. Different organizations at national and international level are conducting research and study on astronomical affairs. Some of them we are going to discuss here. First one, Nepal Academy of Science and Technology, NAST. It is an autonomous and supreme organization aimed to promote science and technology in our country. It was established in 1982. Its head office is in Kumaltar, Lalitpur, Nepal. It organizes seminar, workshops, conferences, and exhibitions to promote science and technology in the country. Next one, National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA. It is an independent agency of the US federal government driven by the objective of aeronautics and space research. It was established in 1958 AD and its headquarters is in Washington, D.C., USA. International Astronomical Unit, IAU. It is a non-governmental organization established with the objective of promoting astronomy in all aspects. It was established in 1919 AD and its headquarters is in Paris, France. Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. It is a national space agency of India established in 1969 AD and its headquarters is in Bangalore. It is one of the 6 governmental space agencies in the world which possesses full launch capabilities, deploy cryogenic engines, launch extraterrestrial missions, and operate large fleets of artificial satellites. ISRO programs have played a significant role in the socio-economic development of India and have supported both civilian and military domains in various aspects including disaster management, telemedicine, navigation, and reconnaissance. China National Space Administration (CNSA). It is the National Space Agency of People's Republic of China, established in 1993 AD, and its headquarters is in Beijing. It has pioneered a number of achievements in space for China, including becoming the first space agency to land on the far side of Moon. Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency (JAXA). It was established in 2003 AD. It is an independent institution formed by merging three institutions, namely the Institute of Space and Astronomical Science (ISAS), the National Aerospace Laboratory of Japan (NAL), and the National Space Development Agency of Japan (NASDA). Now we are going to discuss few reasoning questions from this unit. Black hole is not a real hole justified. A black hole is an extremely condensed remnant mass of a star, and the gravitational pull of black hole is so enormous that even light cannot escape from it. It is invisible because it absorbs all light that falls upon it. People think that there is a hole that engulfs everything that falls onto it. However, it is not a real hole. Our sun cannot turn into black hole. Why? All stars convert into red giant at the end of their life. If the mass of the red giant is more than 3 times of the mass of the sun, it explodes, forming supernova. The supernova converts into black hole when its mass is more than 3 times of the mass of the sun. Thus, a star having mass equal to that of the sun or less than 3 times the mass of the sun cannot convert into a black hole. Next question. Nebula are the birthplaces of stars. Why? Because gases and the dust in the nebula are attracted by the force of gravity to form a new star. Next question. Protostar is not a star. Why? A protostar looks like a star, but its core is not yet hot enough for the fusion to take place. It is the initial stage of a star, and it does not emit light. Meter and kilometer are not used to measure distance between heavenly bodies. Why? It is because the units are too small to express a very long distance between heavenly bodies. Black holes are invisible. Why? Because they have so extreme gravity that light also cannot escape from them. Differences between protostar and star. Protostar, it does not emit light, whereas star it emits light. Protostar, it is the first stage of the life cycle of star, whereas star it is the second stage of life cycle of star. Protostar do not have nuclear fusion, whereas star they have nuclear fusion. Difference between red giant and red supergiant. A red giant might form when a star with the mass of our sun runs out of fuel, whereas red supergiant occur when a star with more than 3 solar mass begins its phase. Comparatively, red giant it is less massive. Comparatively, red supergiant it is more massive. Comparatively, red giant it has the less core temperature, and comparatively, red supergiant it has more core temperature. Difference between light year and cosmic year. Light year is the distance traveled by light through vacuum in 1 year, whereas cosmic year it is the time taken by sun to revolve around the galactic center. The value of one light year is 9.46 into 10 to the power 15 meter, whereas the value of cosmic year is 2.5 into 10 to the power 8 years. By this, we have completed notes of this unit, universe. I hope this video was useful to you. If you like this video, please share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe. If you have any queries, drop the comments in the comment section. See you on next video. Thank you.